Willkommen auf meinem Kanal. Wir spielen jetzt Like a Dragon Infinite Well für die PlayStation 5 aus der Yakuza-Reihe. Schön, dass ihr hier seid, freut mich sehr. Wir gehen jetzt Price besuchen. Hä, ich komme nicht durch? Hä? Ja, fängt ja gut an. Hä, ich check's nicht. Hier stimmt irgendwas nicht. Was stimmt denn hier nicht? Hä?
What he said back there, I find that rather ominous.
All that crap about a guardian or whatever?
Yes. It was a little too easy to get him to lead us here.
I don't sense any enemies nearby. That's exactly what's so creepy about all this.
Whoa! Is this an earthquake? Well, there's a volcano nearby. Maybe it's erupting?
Was ist das?
Guys, what's that?
Gesegneter Leviant.
Another sea monster! What is up with this island? Tell you what it can do either. Stay sharp, guys.
Oh, it's like the tentacles. See how they're moving? It's like they're checking us out.
Yeah, Tommy, I'm
Hey,
sure
was
that
geht hier ab?
Time to clear the way.
Mach den Weg frei.
Ass kicking!
Be right with you.
I can't see shit! Pain in the ass. Let's go!
Can't see anything. Sorry if I messed this up.
So, das war's. Es reicht aber echt mit dem Viech. Tintensack wurde besiegt.
Think I'm getting stronger. On to the
I'll take
next
it.
level.
Excellent.
Look at me go. Nice.
Think I'm getting better? Guess I'm a fast
Who knew
learner.
I had it in me? Hey!
Ah,
Okay, Schwimmen ist krass. Schnell raus hier. Hä, wie komme ich jetzt? Ah, okay. Area 04.
How far down do we gotta go? My ears are starting to ring.
Must be a pretty deep cavern to be able to fit in all the waste.
Oh, we here? Prepare to be executed in the name of Madame Naylor! I guess we should have seen this coming. Look alive, guys! Ready for this? Come on!
Was wollen die jetzt noch?
I'll show you a fight.
Let's go!
I think I'm getting better at this.
Okay.
Was ist da unten? Nix.
We can't stop for too long. But we should take a break for now.
Yeah. Let's make sure we're ready to tackle what's ahead.
Ja, besser speichern.
What the heck?
Was zur
Wait a
Hölle?
sec. Is this all nuclear waste?
Seems to be. For all that talk, I expected much more than a cave out at sea.
To think they made it sound so official. Hell, they're just stacking crap everywhere. And some of it's rusting. Disposal facility, my ass. This place is a dump.
Real crock of shit. If they keep this up, the whole island, even the surrounding ocean, is screwed.
Greetings, Kasuga.
Bryce!
Long time no see. Unfortunately, I'm afraid I can't welcome you here. This place is holy ground, meant only for chosen Haku. None but they may enter. Your presence is a stain upon the land.
Yes, we can't argue with you there. Once we drag your ass to jail, we'll be sure to make amends. For now, we got work to do. A little waste disposal of our own. You hear that? For the sake of Palikana, we're taking you down!
Spoken by a meddlesome outsider. Surely you recognize the arrogance in that.
Oh no, I got a good idea of how you run things. You're nothing but a damn crook. You spit on people's faith like it's a sport!
And it's not just money, is it? You've taken lives, too. Bryce. I'm here for Takeda. Had he died peacefully, who knows? Maybe then I might have let it go. But no, that's not what happened. Not even close. You used his faith for all it was worth and just to toss his life away. He had a family, a wife, and kid, and everything. Bastard, you used him.
Ah, so one of your friends was a Haku, was he? Well, well. Yes, that is unfortunate. This Takeda of yours. It's a shame he lacked the faith needed to make a difference.
What?
To a Haku, giving your life for Palikana is the highest of honors. But it would seem your friend was at odds with this. A true Haku wouldn't think twice. As Polycana's sage, I must say I'm disappointed.
You son of a...
Tommy,
I know. I'll hold back for now.
when Akane's son fled Japan and ran off to Hawaii, it was your group that gave her shelter. Polycana gave her peace of mind. In a way, I feel like I owe them for that. And what's more, its people took care of me, too.
Same. I'd probably have starved to death if not for them.
For all they've done, we felt someone should return the favor. That means taking it back from you.
Dear me. You really don't understand how faith works, do you? You claim I'm abusing the faithful. But is Polycana truly all that different with me in charge? Believers are asked to trust in some imaginary god, then pushed to do charity work and offer relief. Seems to me the fault lies with them. Yeah?
What?
Am I wrong to think so? They choose to die for their salvation. The problem here is entirely their own.
Maybe they do choose it for themselves. But it's no reason not to knock your ass out!
Couldn't agree more. No. I thought I was over this place. And my love for the islands was up and gone. But after seeing all this, I'm more than ready to defend them.
Something I don't get. How's a rat like you do all this? You're seriously the sage?
I must say I'm hurt. As a matter of fact, I was appointed the title by my predecessor. That must have been 70 years ago now.
70 Jahre.
What? How old is this guy?
Back then, Polycana, by and large, was steeped in charity work, thanks to the sage and his wife. It was, perhaps, the least religious the group had ever been, you might say. Nevertheless, the Order had been gaining more and more wealth, even before Hawaii was annexed into the States. They seemed a valuable asset. The Mafia thought so, at least.
So that's the hole you crawled out of.
Believe it or not, the two groups aren't so different. An absolute hierarchy built off principle, creed, or a set of rules. Now, what is that? A religious organization or a mob family? Tell me, Kasuga, what would you call it?
I'd call that twisting your words.
Yes, maybe so. But regardless of opinion, my entry into Polycana went rather smoothly. It was all too familiar, you see. I knew quite well how to conduct myself, especially in those kinds of groups. It took time to garner trust, and my ascendance to Sage certainly didn't happen on its own. Still, things went as planned in the end.
So what was the goal? Assume power and rake in all of Polycana's money?
The money was an option, yes. But I only had one goal in mind. This sacred land. Nele Island would be mine. An island in the middle of the Pacific, almost entirely cut off from the outside world. Furthermore, it's owned and operated by Polycana. Religious freedoms protect this place by law, including its secrets. It's a haven. Secure, secluded, one of a kind. The ultimate black box at my disposal.
So what? You turned the place into a sludge dump?
The waste disposal project is only the beginning. It's a big world out there, and everyone's got something to hide, something to keep from prying eyes. And the more a country depends on you, the more you need hidden away. Things, people, information, possibilities abound. As long as this island exists, I'll take out whatever trash comes my way.
Oh, so that's it. Ebina learned his little scheme from you.
Very perceptive. As business partners, it was necessary to provide Ebina with some incentive. And with knowledge of the world's deepest, darkest secrets, we gain an inseparable connection to those in power.
You mean you'll have dirt on them? Let's not dance around it.
When that day comes, even my title as Overseer will seem trivial. I'll have global influence by then.
Der
Would
Bryce
that
nervt.
not, in a sense, make me a god?
A god with his head up his ass, maybe.
Well, I'm sure by now you see the value in this place, yes? Not all do. It takes a sense of ambition. Something he didn't have.
He?
The island's previous owner, the Sage, before me. I had climbed my way up the ladder. My rise to Sage was all but certain. Guaranteed. That charity-obsessed fool, he nearly ruined everything I'd worked for. Nele Island was to be sold. The proceeds put toward further volunteer work. What a waste it would have been. Worse, the deal was well in the works by then.
Bryce nervt
To
nicht.
take over as quietly as I first appeared. But no island meant all of this would have been for nothing.
Das
Which is
interessiert
why
mich nicht.
I had no choice but to take matters into my own hands. Pity it had to end so tragically. No matter. I'm sure their precious Nelly embraced them with open arms.
You know, I'll bet you just love it. Swindling people for all they've got. But they were one step ahead, weren't they? That fake pendant of yours can attest to that.
But dear, I did want to talk about Bryce.
They'd already had you pegged for the snake you are. That's why the previous sage left a will. You're the last person he wanted in charge. You and that necklace are two of a kind. Couple of cheap imitations. And if that wasn't enough, you tried to kill a kid. An innocent little girl. You think you're on the path to godhood? You're a false idol at best.
The girl had to go. Too much risk. However, it wouldn't have mattered either way. Even now, regardless of what truths about me come to light, I've plenty of followers who will remain loyal.
Yeah, right. You think people would stick around with a screwball like you? It's why you rolled out every gang in Hawaii. You were getting desperate. And in the end, it turned around and bit you in the ass. Bryce, the one who really exposed all your BS, was you. Though, you did have help. All those years, some people in Polycana, despite you, actually cared. Like how Akane-san cared for Lottie.
Den Bryce, den finde
I'd
ich
say
gar
that's
nicht
more
gut.
than enough talk, wouldn't you?
Ja, echt
To
genug
tread
geredet.
upon these sacred grounds, to interfere in the affairs of the divine. The goddess Nele will not take kindly.
Seems we've all said what we can at this point. A good punch ought to shut him up.
Yeah, make it two.
Sounds good.
Ja, reicht mit Reden. Sonst finde ich die Story ja immer voll gut, aber der war nervig.
Have it your way. Nele's divine wrath awaits.
Das war der schlechteste Teil von der Story bisher. Weil bis jetzt fand ich alle Sequenzen gut, aber die nicht. Die war irgendwie voll anstrengend.
Come, my dear children. The time for our crusade is now.
Ja, der Offizier ist ja krass.
Let's get it done. Full power. That's how you.
So.
Help us. We need your guidance.
Der ist wahnsinnig, der Typ.
Time to end this little charade.
Bryce Fairchild.
Useless curse. Give up
Das
this
ist so
feeble.
krass.
Okay, I'm up.
Ass kicking time. Take your best. Come on.
Everyone, sing along. Be right with you.
I think I'll show you a fight.
So, das kommt doch von Bryce.
The shadows, no bounds.
Die Schatten kennen keine Grenzen. Essenz der Trickstöße. Ich mache den Weg frei. Es kommt doch von Bryce. Wir sind hier fertig.
When this is over, let's go. Your foul.
This could be better.
Blöder Gegner.
Ready when
Okay.
you are.
So. Es reicht jetzt mit dir. Bryce wurde besiegt.
Good time.
We made it. Think I'm getting stronger. On to the
I'll
next
take it.
level.
Excellent.
Look at me go. Nice.
Yes, I'm a fast
Who knew I
learner.
had it in me?
So.
It's over, Bryce. We're gonna show the whole world the truth about your little disposal area. That it's nothing but a dump.
Do you really believe that's enough? As if it would make all this go away.
Huh?
This whole operation involves countless other countries, all of which produce nuclear waste. A scandal here could collapse an entire government. You think any of them would allow that to happen? Shall I spell it out for you? Those countries need me. Every last one of them is on my side.
Der nervt ja noch
So
immer.
what? We came all this way for nothing?
Sorry to break it to you, but you might want to recount on that.
Chi-chan.
Chichan?
Rise and shine, ladies and gentlemen. Oh wait, I guess it's still nighttime back in Japan, huh?
Sorry for the surprise stream. Tatara channel coming at ya. That's right. Go out and spread the word. I'm here live and in person.
Sehr gut.
Now then, you guys getting all this? Yep, straight up Drum City over here. And guess what? This little work of art's right here in Hawaii. That's not all. It's Bleach Japan's big project. You know, the one everyone's talking about? That's right. I'm smack dab in the middle of their secret waste disposal site.
Weren't you listening? You can spread this all over the net. But as long as I have backers, they'll just keep wiping it away.
Let's see. According to Ebin of Bleach Japan, the waste disposal process was to use former Yakuza under some very strict safety protocols now. Do I have all that right? But what's this? This doesn't look very safe, does it? Well, I'm no expert, but it looks like a dingy old cave, and one that's not even that far down below the surface. You mean all this hazardous waste has just been sitting down here? So much for rules and regulations. And wait! Could it be? It is! Did everyone watch the news? That Hawaiian volunteer group was helping out. Oh, what was the name? Polycana, I think it was. And wow, we've got their sage right here! Excuse me, you're Bryce, right? If you're here, then this place is legit. Yeah, wow, this really is the waste disposal site everyone's been so obsessed with. Care to explain what's going on here? Ah, hush hush, I see. We've got a professional here. All right. Maybe someone else can help shed some light on this.
What?
Wer bringt Licht ins Dunkel?
Hello? Can you hear me okay?
Yes. Loud and clear.
Who's that?
Wonderful. And may I ask your name, sir?
Indeed. This is Kazunari Fujinomiya. I'm chairman of the Fujinomiya Group.
What?
Fujinomiya? That's Chi-chan's...
Oh, wow! Chairman of the Fujinomiya Group. You're a pretty big deal in Japan's business world, huh? On behalf of us all, thank you for joining us. Right, Fujinomiya-san. My reason for calling you today is simple. Bleach Japan's waste project. I'm told the Fujinomiya Group is a major contributor. Do I have that right?
Correct. Fujinomiya Shipping, a subsidiary of our group, handles the delivery of nuclear waste for this very project.
Ah, I see. Well then, Fujinomiya-san, would you care to comment? Any thoughts about what you're seeing right now?
Honestly, I find it all difficult to believe. However, if this is the truth, then we will take the proper actions where need be.
As you're also a key member in this, will you accept responsibility? Do you believe that's fair?
Whoa, Chi-chan.
To that end, yes. I believe so. When the time comes, I intend to account for my actions.
And will you hold yourself to those words?
Of course.
Well, thank you very much. Now, Bryce, you heard what the Fujinomiya chairman said, didn't you? I mean, a declaration like that's gotta sting. It'd take a miracle to cover all that up, huh?
Das war's, Bryce.
Chitose is good, man. All those secrets, and she cornered Bryce just like that. She really stuck her neck out, too.
Well, I guess I just wanted to help out. Before we left Japan, I went back to my family. Told them everything that happened. We got in a huge fight. And I asked if money was really all that mattered. And bingo. Here we are.
Chi-chan.
Hey, don't look at me like that. There's still one more thing I've got to do after all.
What?
Yep, they can see me.
Wait, Chi-chan.
This next part's pretty important. You see, I've got one last matter of business to tend to. And that is to formally address the mistakes I've made on this channel. Tatara Channel's a lie. I, Chitose Fujinomiya, knowingly spread false information to the public. Information about otherwise innocent people. In doing so, I deliberately manipulated how they were seen. I was forced to do this, under the looming threat that my identity would be exposed. However, that's no excuse. Fact is, I still made those choices. To those I've wronged, to everyone, I'd like to apologize for what I've done. For all I've ruined. Truly, I am deeply sorry.
Chi-chan.
Chi-chan.
Thank you, Ichiban. Remember what you said? That I could pack up and go if I wanted? You saying that was just what I needed to hear. Thanks to you, I finally found the courage to face things head on. I'm done running. From both my family and myself.
You're really something, Chi-chan.
Am I?
Ja.
Bryce. You've got a lot to answer for. Don't try and snake your way out now.
Fools.
Huh?
I said, you're all fools.
Bryce ist noch immer
You've
nervig.
gone and done some great noble deed. Think again.
Der nervt immer.
Despite what you tell yourselves, nearly every country on Earth sought to make this happen. Of course, that includes Japan as well. We would purge the world of its nuclear waste, and all at the expense of one remote little island. Everyone was chasing after the same impossible dream. I'm simply the one who caught it. Call it a necessary evil.
You say we're acting noble?
You may have stopped me here, but I won't let it trouble me, not one bit. You're a covetous little nest of ants, clasping for power. To hell with the risks, so long as you're not the ones held responsible. Let's see what happens. See how you face a world without my influence. Will it call you to embrace the very same evils I did? How I wonder.
Don't you worry, Bryce. People aren't as weak as you say. No matter how tough things might get, rest assured. They can always find a way through.
I'm not so sure. If only I could watch from on high. Alas, it seems I'll have to consent to my view through the flames below.
What?
Was machst du? Der Bryce ist doch so nervig.
I've had more than enough fishing for one day. Last thing I'm gonna do is pull your wrinkly ass out of the muck. You know we're gonna have to clear these drums out later. Think I want your freaky corpse staring at me? I'd rather eat my shoes. Know what else? I made a promise. I can't just let you die and be done with it. You're not getting the last laugh. If you think you're going out in style, you've got another thing coming. Enjoy your flight, asshole!
Jetzt hat er den Nervigen gerettet.
Ichiban!
Ichiban!
End of the line, Bryce Fairchild. Thanks to Chitose, you've got nowhere else to run. I'm sending you to the police with a nice big ribbon. I'd say that's mission accomplished. Hey, Kasuga.
No. We're not out just yet.
Es ist noch nicht vorbei.
Okay, I'd say that's our cue.
Yeah. For all they did, for all Chitose sacrificed, we need to do our job.
Definitely. Makes me feel like we gotta, especially after seeing it for ourselves.
Oh yeah, I got a real fire burning now. I'll say, our boy Ichiban sure knows how to pull it off, huh?
Why are you looking at me?
No reason.
Sounds like we're ready. Fine, just so long as we don't get cocky.
Sure thing. Time to roll, Kiryu-san.
Yeah.
Okay, los geht's.
Got it.
Punkt ohne Wiederkehr. 59.000 haben wir.
Good to go.
All set to head out?
Nee, noch nicht. Wartet noch.
Smells like something good's cooking, Chief.
I've got nothing up your alley today. Hard enough just to get a meal around here.
I understand, but I'm also confident you'll pull through. You know I pay well for even the tiniest morsel.
That, I never doubted.
This homeless camp is actually part of Sunhee's information network. They call that man their chief, and his friends all over town are always coming to him with new stories. Security cams can't catch everything. That's why you can't underestimate word of mouth.
Sorry for keeping you. We owe the chief a lot, so I just wanted to check in on him.
No worries. Come on, let's go, Kiryu-san.
Hey, hold on there, Psycho.
Is something the matter, Chief?
The man's called Suzuki-san, no? You ought to be more careful.
Right, of course.
It's tiring, leading a life without being seen. This place is full of folks walking that same path. Your hardships remind me of my own. Taichi, Suzuki-san.
Seems we both have it rough, don't we?
Well, I'm sure it's rougher on you. I hear you were once quite infamous. Unlike myself, nobody ever cared whether I lived or died.
I'm sure that's not true.
Believe me, it is. And if you need convincing, I've got plenty of past left untold.
Sorry, Chief, but Suzuki-san might be a little busy right now.
That's so. Then I won't hold you here any longer.
Maybe I shouldn't have done that. I just didn't know how long he might have kept us.
That was rather odd, though. Wonder what's gotten into him.
What do you mean?
The people here never talk about themselves, especially their past. Even I don't know the chief's background. Considering he's the one who started the conversation, maybe he feels a connection with you, Kiryu-san.
We both live in the shadows, after all.
Vermächtnisse sind unsterblich. Hä? Alte Mikrowelle.
Seems like the chief went through a lot before he ended up here. I'm thinking he was ready to tell me some of it. One of the men in the photo must have been him in his younger days. I wonder, should I ask him about it?
Ja, okay.
Chief, about that photo you showed us. Who was that person with you?
Oh, him. That was my old boss. We used to work at the local factory. Must have been about 10, 20 years ago. Might as well be ancient history now.
Back when the sun shined a little brighter for you, you mean?
Something like that. We've been trudging along a dark and thorny path, you and I. If only we had done a single thing different. Maybe we'd be walking with our heads held a little higher. Yet, here we are now, somehow in each other's company. An odd, once-in-a-lifetime encounter. Anyway, one on the right's me, on the left was my boss. We called him Captain down at the factory. When I started working after high school, he was the one showing me the ropes.
If you've been working straight out of high school, you must have worked a long time.
I may not look the part now, but I was once a master mechanic. Couldn't be beat. But when automation took over the industry, it became apparent that my work was unnecessary. Eventually, they stopped hiring younger folk. We knew for years the number of applicants was tapering off. Not that there was anything I could do about it. The skills I spent a lifetime honing could be executed a dozen times faster by robots. Naturally, the company moved forward with plans to restructure, and Cap himself had the honor of giving me the boot.
That must have been hard, for you and the captain.
Cap, well, he and I were like family. But if he didn't fire me, then he'd be the one out on the streets. That left him with only one option, to hand me my dismissal. At that time, I was almost 50. I thought my whole life was over. But then, he said that he'd quit with me, that he'd look after me.
He did that for you?
Wasn't like he had any job security either. Our jobs were destined to disappear. I was merely the first in line. So, we walked out the door one final time, side by side. And sure enough, the place was shuttered soon after. After so many years of service, the severance pay was peanuts. At least we didn't have any families to feed.
And that's how you ended up homeless?
Yeah. That's when I started to camp here. Had I been alone, I would have died a dog's death real fast. Cap was a lot smarter than me. The man took to his new lifestyle quickly. Occasionally, there'd be folks harassing us, but he'd take the lead and fight back. Everyone around him started to trust him, and eventually, he inherited the title of chief.
So you can only become chief through succession?
That's right. It's a practice that's lasted generations. There have even been times when folks from the underground would make us do them favors in exchange for protection. And Cap, stout-hearted man that he was, didn't flinch. As chief, he'd do anything to protect us. He continued to shoulder the burden all by himself, till his body gave out. He didn't bother seeing a doctor, but I bet he knew he had late-stage cancer.
Since you're the chief now, that means he...
I called out for him one morning about 7, 8 years ago, but he was dead in his tent. I think it was the most peaceful I've ever seen him. And maybe it was. Because he could finally set aside the heavy burden that had been weighing him down. Me.
And that's why you took on his role? To start paying it forward?
Exactly. The entire time he was with me, I never took responsibility for anything. And now, at my ripe old age, I finally get a taste of the constant pressure he was under.
Chief.
Nobody's filled me in on why you were forced into hiding, going as far as erasing your name. but I've heard you're not taking care of your illness, even though you're still giving Kasuga aid. A lot like what Cap did with me.
Something like that, yeah.
If you find that living is no longer worthwhile, the final call is yours. There's no law saying you gotta see a doctor if you're sick. However, if by any chance you change your mind, you can always come back here. You're welcome to stay at the camp for as long as I'm chief. I never got the chance to repay Cap's kindness, but I figure helping people like you is a step in the right direction.
Well, I appreciate the thought, but I can't accept your offer right now. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm aware. You still got business to take care of, don't you? At any rate, I'm glad I got to speak with you, Suzuki-san. And sorry for making you listen to such an old story.
Schon okay.
No need to apologize. I learned a lot from your story. Thanks for sharing, Chief.
Ryoma.
This brings back memories.
Ich hab den Teil doch gespielt. Like a Dragon Ishin. Nee.
Arigato. Irashai. Arigato.
Was geht hier ab?
That's nostalgic.
Sion-Hi. So. Wo kann ich was kaufen? Probier mal hier. So.
Good you're here, Kiryu. Ready? Round trip to Kamurocho and back? Have everything you need?
Los geht's.
Yeah, let's go. Straight over to Stardust. Kazuki and Yuya are both working there today. Hope you're prepared for this. We're giving that bucket list some weight to it. And there it is, Kamurocho's prevailing host club, Stardust.
Prevailing, huh? They've come a long way, I suppose.
Obviously, the Jingon occupation brought some drastic changes a while back. Now it's returned to its more traditional roots, so to speak. That Kazuki boy's always had a vision.
You're not kidding. That's not just traditional. It's downright nostalgic. Huh?
Was geht da ab?
Yuya.
Yuya.
Huh. Honestly, things never change. Right in the middle of the street.
Like I give a shit who you're with. The Tojo clan couldn't even get protection money from us. Get out of here. Don't come back again.
You're freaking dead! We're gonna ruin this joint!
That the best you got for me? Real Kamurocho natives sneeze better threats. Let me teach you. Never screw with the big boys.
Ah!
Kiryu-san.
Hey, isn't that... Oh, my gosh! Kazuki-san!
Ah, okay, ein anderes.
He's the coolest! And Yuya-san's here too! Oh, I'm a Sundick.
Nicely done, Yuya. You're as fearless as the day I met you.
Kazuki-san. I'll cover the outside. You worry about business on the inside.
You know how boring it is without you in there? Come. There's always more to do.
On it.
Wow! So chic!
Stardust! I want to marry this place!
Seems as popular as ever, huh?
I suppose so. I appreciate you helping me get one last look at them.
Slow down. Hey, that was the owner just now, right? Hell of a show.
Oh, yeah, wasn't it?
Those crooks were looking for protection money. Amazing how you all beat them back. And by the looks of it, business is booming for you boys.
Suppose so. We're pretty old-fashioned as host clubs go. Our competitors like to say we're behind the times. But Kazuki-san's a great boss, and with him in charge again, we're all eager to work here. The fact that he still pulls in such young fans is especially motivating. Us young bloods have to keep up.
I'm glad to see people still admire Kazuki and Yuya.
That'll never change. They've always been a different breed. And Kamurocho fixtures for decades. Most people have forgotten by now that the Jingon Mafia took this place some time ago. They had money, weapons, people. Things got really rough for a bit.
Jingon used Stardust to launch their Kamurocho expansion. It was a smart play.
Oh, mister, you know your stuff. Have you heard the entire history behind it all? As to why the Jingon was targeting Kamurocho in the first place, I mean. You see, the Korean Mafia was beaten, badly, by Tojo clan Yakuza back in the 80s. Meaning, no offense, you two look like you might have been around back then. Do you know about the Dragon of Dojima?
Ja.
Yep, I've heard the name before at least.
I figured. No one who knows anything about Kamurocho wouldn't know Kazuma Kiryu, after all. Yeah, Kiryu-san was the legend who kicked the Jingon out almost single-handedly. Kazuki-san and Yuya, though, had the misfortune of being his friends. So, when the Jingon Mafia finally came back, they went straight for Stardust and retribution. You could say Kazuki-san was just another victim of Kazuma Kiryu's legacy of violence.
Huh. Not exactly sure that's accurate. You know?
Don't you think? I gotta say, this city's story has always been about honest people paying for the underground sins. At least the Jingon are dead and buried now, anyway. Kiryu-san too, so I've been told. And with all of them gone, it fell to Kazuki-san to rebuild on his own. It kills me to think of him having to bow his head to every moneylender in town. If those criminals could hear me from hell, especially Kiryu, I'd have some words for him.
I see. Fair enough. I'd say you've got a point.
Hey!
Thanks for your time. Hope we didn't bother you.
Das war nicht gut.
No, of course not. No bother at all, sirs.
Hey, where are you going? This isn't what we came for. Kazuki and Yuya are coming to Serena in a little while.
Don't tell me you invited them there.
I'm not saying you have to reveal yourself. It's just a chance to hear them, see how they're really doing.
No. I saw for myself they're doing well. And I've heard enough.
Oh, come on, don't say that. I promise you, whatever that toddler of a host said, Kazuki and Yuya don't agree with him. I've never heard them utter one word of resentment.
Even still,
Honestly, just come upstairs. What's a Kamurocho trip without revisiting this place anyway? Think of it as part of the tour.
Der Detektiv ist auch nervig. Und er füllt immer die Leute ab, bestimmt.
Ah, there you are. Good to see you, Kazuki, Yuya.
Likewise. Thank you for inviting us.
Not every day the legendary detective of Kamurocho asks you out for drinks.
Is that the kind of barefaced flattery Stardust customers get treated to, Yuya?
That wasn't flattery. Everyone knows I speak my mind, pure and simple.
All right, all right.
Hey, by the way, this place is empty. You didn't, reserve the whole bar for us, did you?
Not at all. This is the slow time of night. Always clears out around now.
Come on, Yuya. Don't be presumptuous.
Okay, Kazuki-san, but I bet you were thinking the same thing.
Here it is, trying to clear your name by muddying mine. I apologize for that, Date-san.
Der füllt immer alle ab.
Oh, get this, Date-san. Know what happened earlier? Some small-timers actually came around for protection fees.
Yeah, I saw. Happened to be down the street during the confrontation. Well fought. Don't tell anyone I said that. Technically, I probably should have arrested you.
How are you always so up-to-date?
Rolling on Stardust's front door just now? Gotta say, actually brought back memories.
Yeah? Of what sort?
Huh. Do you have to ask? I'm sure we're all thinking the same thing.
Yep. Dead to rights, yeah?
Come on, don't keep me in suspense.
Back in the day, Yuya would hurl Yakuza hither and yon from our doorway. We'll say for one, Kiryu-san.
Kiryu.
I get it now. Of course he'd come to mind.
Hard to believe that was almost 20 years ago now.
Yeah. Crazy. I can count on one hand the fights I've lost in my life, but I've never felt strength like his before or since. That first night, he looked just like any other mid-rank soldier come to squeeze us.
Huh. Little did you know you were picking a fight with the Dragon of Dojima.
Time never slows down, huh? Soon, Kiryu-san will have been dead for as long as I knew him when he was alive.
Yuya keeps a bottle on reserve just in case he ever shows up again someday. One of our most expensive bottles, in fact. Doesn't exactly help our bottom line.
Well, Yuya's not alone there. Sometimes I'm stunned he's been gone so long.
Bet everyone in this district who ever met the guy feels that, now and again.
Maybe. Still, he had a way of bringing trouble wherever he went, wouldn't you say? Stardust must have surely suffered over the years because of him, no? Your doorman has something of a grudge against him, in fact.
Can't in good faith deny that, I guess. Talk about someone the world just has it out for. There were times he'd waltz in, and you'd know a storm was coming. I don't know. Do you think Kiryu-san would forgive me if he heard me say that?
It's fine. If you're still carrying this with you, might as well let it out.
Okay. Thing is, no one ever took the brunt of it worse than Kiryu-san himself. When that man clenched his jaw and furrowed his eyes, all your doubts would disappear.
I'll never forget the first time we met. He was ready to overthrow the Tojo clan, all on his own. But then, he found a little girl worth 10 billion yen, and decided to protect her like she was his own blood. After that, Kiryu-san became an icon to this city. Anyone who knew him knew the courage he could instill. Every twist and turn, all our troubles and hard times felt bearable then.
Yeah. That's what Kiryu-san was to us. That's why it's so hard to believe he's gone for good.
Hey, Date-san.
Hmm?
Why tonight? Why invite both of us here all of a sudden? Did anything happen recently?
What do you mean?
I wonder. News of Kiryu-san, perhaps? A sighting, a rumor, a word? Some sliver of evidence somehow suggesting that his death was a feint?
Don't do this to yourselves. I'm sorry, but I called you because I felt like seeing some old friends.
I see. And that's all it is?
Come on. Can you blame us for hoping for something more?
You too.
Kazuki-san likes to say that Kiryu-san deserves to have us honor his legacy. That's why Stardust was worth all the scraping and clawing it took to get it back.
Yeah, that must have been difficult. But from the looks of it, Stardust has truly recovered. Kamurocho itself even, like the city's healing from Tenkaichi Street out.
For the first time in a long time. I think I'd be proud for him to visit us again. I'd like him to know that we're still standing. I suppose I understand Yuya and his bottle now.
It's all right. I have a feeling he's damn proud of the both of you. Believe me, there's not a doubt in my mind.
Traurig.
I should apologize for dragging you all the way up there. I know you're busy.
You don't have to do that. I appreciate all the work it took.
Kazuki and Yuya, well, feel free to tell me I was right. Those two have always looked up to you. Maybe Kamurocho can become a little bit better if its people don't forget the man who fought for it. How was it hearing all that?
It was good. I felt happy. Like listening in on your own funeral, though.
Yeah, that's understandable, I suppose. Although, what better way to find perspective on the life you've led than that? No one expects they're the poor bastard everyone will say good riddance over. Except maybe you. You think you only ever put people in danger. I'm gonna prove to you you're wrong. I'm working on another clandestine reunion. Stay in touch until then.
Hört auf, Alkohol zu trinken. Gar nicht gut. Detektiv, hör auf, immer die Leute
Thanks for the
abzufüllen.
drink. See you again soon.
Good night, Kiryu. Do your best to hold on to what they said.
So, weg hier. Ja.
I'm fine.
So. Das war's für heute. Ich bedanke mich sehr für eure Zeit. Frieden, Licht, Liebe an alle. Peace, Love and Light. Bis bald.